All right, hello and welcome, YouTube. We're going to be playing a league with this list that you see right here. Um, Actually, the first half of today's stream was devoted to me talking about mulliganing with Amulet. So if you're interested in checking that out, make sure that you check the link down below, and you can find the video where I talk about like an hour and a half 1 hour and a half talking about mulligan decisions, how to mulligan. Bobalanos, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for sharing that Twitch Prime love, and welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Now we can make the battlefield a little bit bigger. Alright, chat. We did some homework. What do we do with this hand? Opponent says good luck, so I'm gonna say you too. Ship it. What else? I missed your lesson for the day. You need to rewatch on YouTube. Yeah. It will be up tonight, so you can rewatch it later. All right. Yeah. So this hand is. I'm actually going to ship this hand. The reason for that, if either of these were an untapped land, I would actually keep. But with both of them being untapped land, we literally have no way of curving here. We cannot play. If we could play Amulet on 1 and then Explore on 2, I would be much more excited about keeping a hand like this, particularly because one of these lands is a castle, which it basically. I talked about this earlier in the Mulligan lesson, where this is one of the cases where Pact might be considered ramp in a hand like this. But unfortunately, because both of these lands enter on tap, that means that I'm not going to be able to explore on 2, so I'm going to ship it. It's too slow. We find this hand instead. And I think I'm going to ship it as well. This is at best a turn 5 Titan. We can do better in 5. And we do better in 5, you see? Easy. Right, we keep this. I think I'm going to bottom Rot Farm. And I think I'm going to bottom T-West, actually. Like, I want to dig a little bit deeper into my deck, and I don't even have the double blue in order to transmute T-West, so... It's not a great 5, but we have a plan, right? And we're actually not that far away from executing that plan. We only need a Titan and literally any land, and we can Titan on turn 3, thanks to Castle. And Stacy, obviously. Spent 2 minutes mulliganing. My opponent must be like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Would you ever bring Walking Ballista back, or is it just not getting the meta right? It would be decent with Castle as well. Yeah, so it's not really that much of a difference, honestly, with the Castle. So I wouldn't really consider it to be better with Castle, really. It's kind of about the same with Castle, honestly. And it just, the decks against which Ballista is good are just not that prominent, right? Needle on Scout. That's mildly annoying, honestly. But we can survive this. We can survive this. For you, this is the best version of Amulet? Short answer, I don't know. Speaking of Urza. Alright, that might be relevant down the line. Maybe. Getcha for one. Just play Embry. Play something that I don't care about, please. Yay. Alright, so Bujugaba is going to do stuff. Also play Embry. Come on. I know you want to do it, opponent. I know you want to do it, opponent. Play the Embry too. Come on. Brutal. Never lucky. I'm basically never lucky. I'm gonna play the bug here. Sorry about the resizing. I'm gonna play the bug here because my opponent might have a rebuke. They don't. Okay. Play land, play lands. So we don't need to worry about bridge, which is very nice. But if my opponent has an Urza, we might be in a fair amount of trouble here. Also, we are probably going to have to... Oh. Alright. Never lucky. Alright, so I'm going to do this. And I think we just pass here. Because I want to hold the bounce line in hand, and I actually do. I also do want to bounce the bug because my opponent showed me that they are playing engineer in their deck. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to beat if my opponent has any sort of decent remainders in their deck. In their hand, I mean. Fatal Push my Asusa. You got it. Sure. Still same reason, okay? If I draw a Tolaria West, I can use this breeding pool in order to float the mana, bounce, and replay it. And that way I can actually transmute on the turn that I draw the Tolaria West, which of course is good value for me. Whatever happened to testing Craterhoof? I never said I was going to test Craterhoof. No blocks. So yeah, I legit don't know what you mean. Now that we drew a second blue source, obviously this plan changes a little bit, but we're still in the same situation, honestly. Why did my opponent not activate Urza there? Are they playing counter magic in their deck or something? Sure. Got a Painted Prison. Why are they not activating Urza? Alright. Scout going under the bus. Titan. This is Titan mana. Okay, so I'm gonna tap like this in case I draw Tolaria West and I can still haste the Titan. Thanks to Asusa and the extra land from Explorer. Alright, still drawing towards... Well, I guess that I'm not gonna have any more land drops anymore, right? So I guess it's better for me to put all the lands in play. Because I have exactly one turn to draw prime time. Otherwise I just die to this construct beats. So I might as well just put all my lands into play so I have the most mana to work with next turn. So I die to a second Saheeli. That is fine. That's not going infinite. Why is my opponent not activating Urza? They could have been getting so much value. Oh, they just had the wear. Okay, so they were like holding the wear to like draw something, but now, oh no, I'm very confused. I am very confused right now. Yeah, you should attack with everything. Yeah, this guy should come in as well. There we go. All right, here we go. Hoop. Nope. Every single time. Oh man. Oh man. Every single time. Alright, so we're bringing a bunch of cards. Take this out, take these out. Hmm. Two more cards. I wonder if I should just have one explosives because no, I should definitely have both of them. Because they can use fighting needle to blank the explosives. That was the concern, but I guess I do have answers to like their stuff, so it's fine. I am expecting dumping sphere, so I can probably cut a rot farm. No, we can't keep this. Too many pieces missing. This is much better. I really wish I could afford to bottom the Sun home. I unfortunately don't think I can. So I think I'll just bottom the explosives. Bloodwound could also be kind of a beating for us. If my opponent's playing it, which is likely, probably. I wonder why they have Nihil Spellbomb. Thopter Foundry? That's cool. Oh, Painted Prison. Should just play Tracker, get no value. I probably have to, right? No, never mind. We can Titan now. Thanks to Asusa. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes the cantrip is better than made the garbage, which I forgot, bless. Yeah. This is fine though. Yeah, my opponent has a push there, but that's fine. Asusa did her thing already. So unless my opponent has Moon right here, which they might. I guess I don't want F6. What is this, Urza? Ashiok. We backed in response. This time walks me one turn, but of course having access to a Titan is gonna be pretty good against the deck that probably has no removal for it. So just like a Colossal Dreadmaw might just do a ton of work for us. Dismember's not bad. Dismember's certainly not bad. So now we're covered if my opponent goes for an Urza here. Ha! They're gonna cost themselves the Pentat Prison mana just to draw a card right here. That honestly makes no sense. Like, they could have waited until after they drew. Weird. All right. All right. Well, play my land, and here is a 6/6 opponent. Can you beat a 6/6 Trampler? Because that's all this is. It's just a 6/6 Trampler. Astrolabe. Sure, I'm gonna take this chance to dismember Urza right now. I was trying to play around. Mystical Metallic Rebuke right there. That's why I didn't dismember immediately. Interesting that they didn't float more mana. This is like the poggiest thing. It's like the poggiest draw ever, right there. So now we get to Resolve Tracker. Titan can trade with whatever, but we actually get the engine rolling. Yeah, we're trading with a construct, but that is fine. And then I want to maximize the amount of mana in play while holding on to this Stellaria West here. The alternative line would have been to attack the Ashiok. My opponent puts Thopter and the other thing in play. But I think it's actually just better. Fatal Push. Okay. Tracker already got value. We already have a Titan ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can actually Titan them next turn. So we're looking very good here. Seems paramount for me to nuke the Emry. Alright, so transmute. I'm gonna have to go squatter myself, which I'm not psyched about, but that's fine. I don't think that drawing cards and hoping to spike a Titan is gonna be better than this, so just do it. Primeval Titans. We're gonna go squatter. I guess my breeding pool. Yeah, sure. It's nice that this also randomly allows us to play around Blood Moon, which is kind of huge. Play forest, green, green, castle. But I basically have to stop my opponent's engines. The bad thing, though, is that I'm not going to be able to stop all of their engines. Because they can still, like, Thopter Foundry, sack Astrolabe, and replay it with Emry. So that kind of sucks. But we're probably still fine here. So we're going to need 2 explosives next turn. I guess we don't need 2 explosives because we're winning the race. So we don't really need 2 explosives. My opponent can only make a finite amount of Thopters. They cannot go infinite yet. Biting Needle, you got it. Sunhome Fortress of the Legion cannot be activated. You got it, opponent. Let's see what this is. Alright, we're looking good. Looking very, very good here. Interesting. So I guess they're trying to race me here. Yes. But unless they can set up lethal next turn, which I don't think it's possible for them, then we should just be in a fine spot. Tulare West, Semi-Growth Chamber. Not even taking the free block with the beast. That's funny. I wonder why. Just kinda doesn't really matter. I guess it's a way for me to draw one more card this turn if I want to. But I don't think I want to. Because next turn I can EE for 0. Blow up my opponent's board, so that seems better. If I need to. I think we just lethal them next turn, because my opponent... They didn't make a Thopter end step either. This is Urza. Urza is still not lethal. I don't think they can do anything with me sitting at 9. Blood Moon would be annoying, granted, because they're filtering mana right now. Oh, where? This is fine, though. They can't attack, though. The Stallion still exists with Asterisk. I'm not playing Syrinx right now. And actually, they cannot name Clue because Clue is not a card. It's a token, so it's funny. But you literally cannot stop Clue with Biting Needle. Can they even win here? So I'm singing for... They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers. So all my Sombos get blocked. Okay, so we do this. With that, with everything, they're gonna have to jump with some of the dudes, and then we can take it from there. Sanctuary, and I guess Vesuva, sure. Do you have E or Rex Sage? I have both. So they take 8 here. That's kind of nice. So I think I just want to expose this on 0, right? Which means I want to draw my clues first. Remember, doesn't really help me. Whoops, not that one. Not that one either. This one. Someone respect. I think I actually don't want to Sage here. Because I can Sage the Thop. No, I actually think I have to Sage. Never mind. Two. My opponent only swings for 4. If they get a 1-drop. Because I'm thinking that I don't want to die to my opponent top decking an Urza, right? So I definitely have to blow up the Thopter Foundry somehow. What I'm considering is just like they have no mana available. Yeah, so I guess that playing Explosives for 2, I'm blowing it up. That blows up the Thopter Foundry, the sword. This will die because of the damage that it already has. And then I can bog. Yeah, that sounds better. Alright, so that's gonna be my line. And this means that I cannot die to the Thopter Foundry. My opponent cannot set up lethal. I guess they could have a Galvanic Blast. I guess they could have Gal Blast. So I'm leaving myself dead to Galvanic Blast here, I guess. So here we're gonna do this with 2 colors. We're gonna play this. We're gonna stack the Bujugibok trigger last. So that way this happens. And I was going to let the Amulet trigger resolve. With the Bog trigger on the stack, I was gonna blow up my opponent's 2-drops. Thopter Founder's Sword dies, and then the Bujugibok trigger resolves exactly my opponent's stuff. Blow up Needle and give Double Strike again? No, because my opponent could have blocked in a different way, and then I'm still in a rough spot at that point. Like I think that the line that I took was better. So my opponent still have Fatal Pushes. I didn't see Galvanic Blast though. Does that make me want to change anything? Maybe I do want to have Radiant Fountain just in case. Taking out Ghost Squatter. Let's make that tiny little change there. Oh, I like the look of it. Combo comes naturally to me. And even though this isn't a combo deck, I think the Tool of Think plays out like that. I'm scared of Whisper Cross right now, though. All the decks I played got banned. That's brutal. It's full of dum-dums. I mean, they do a fine job at making the best game in the world, right? Should I ship this? It's extremely greedy, but like I have a lot of interaction and I have ramp. I think that we can play this slow game with this hand, so I think I'm going to keep it. This might be a mistake. This might be a pretty bad mistake, but like I have so much good interaction and I also have Titan that all right. I mean, I'm definitely getting either Castle or Simic Growth. I think I'm gonna get Castle here actually. Place around Damping Sphere better. Cobino P Silent. It's nice that we have answer to Ashiok and Ursa and Thopter Sword. Like, we basically have answers to anything that my opponent could throw my way, including Blood Moon, which is great. The fact that Blood Moon doesn't even get me, it's just so much value. Foundry's good. We still need to find lands here, though. Still looking for them lands. I would love for my opponent to just like tap out for a moon and be like, yeah, gotcha. Sure. I'm not even sure I care about this. That's amazing. Can just EE for 2 and blow it up. Yes! 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 Oh, I love this deck so much. I love this deck so much. Sequence properly, make your plays correctly, get rewarded. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Whew. All right. The way around it not being rotated, just pop on Goldfish every month and kill the #1 play deck, sell packs, profit. I'm just joking here, but that's a bit how it has felt. Rough year for Modern overall, but metagame is nice right now. I agree with that. Titan's a lot of fun. It'll survive variety of events that could happen, so it'll be a solid, fun deck. It'll keep you interested for longer than that as well. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I'm a clear example of that. I've been playing Amulet for 5 years and I'm still going. So From just did an hour-long stream on Keep Smalls and Severn if you missed it, which would be a good watch to watch if you missed it. Yep, you can check out my YouTube channel. It will be up there later today. Gonna have some fun with the resizing that Moto does sometimes. Hand's missing too many lands. This hand is amazing. Nah, it's just good. It's just a good hand. It's not amazing. It's just a good hand. Razor Edge Ticket Go could be problematic. Let's see what we find here. Hopefully we find a Titan. No Titan, we can find a Sousa, which I'm okay with. My opponent went turn 1 Thicket, so I'm going to assume that they are some kind of Druid deck, which means no interaction, which means that playing Scout is actually better than playing Amulet on 1. I'm not expecting my opponent to be able to answer this Scout, so... Getting back for Summer Rule Band, which is a vote of confidence. There are so many lines. I'm bound to punt away my first month of matches. Yep, I mean you have to rate it for that because that's what happened to me too. Even today, I've lived in it for 5 years and I still make silly mistakes. But that's the beauty of the deck. It just never gets old. And that's why it never gets old. Thalia! That's actually a little bit annoying, but on the other hand, it's very, very rewarding to know that my opponent is not playing Devoted Druid, so we're probably a very, very heavy favorite to win this game. Opponent lost connection to the game. Alright, so we're gonna be chilling here for a second. Until okay, oh, he came back. Operation LOL is back. They came back, not him. We don't know. That's kind of a cute avatar. Flaxen Intruder. What the hell is a Flaxen? And Debarkle, thank you for the follow. Alright. And tap land would be pretty nice here. Should I expose the Amulet right here? Because my opponent might play Knight of Autumn. And yeah, I think we're fine. It's probably like a one-off at most in their deck. We're totally gonna get punished by that though. And if my opponent has like Lunar Arbiter plus Ghost Quarter, I'd rather than they get rid of my Gruul Turf so I can have Semi-Growth to transmute. If my opponent doesn't have anything, then we're gonna win this game very, very easily. Take two. Now what? Operation LOL. What do you got for me? What do you have for me? Not the fastest player I've ever seen. I'll give you that. Not a very good line either, but I will take it. XY Principe, thank you for the follow. I feel like there was already an XY Principe that followed. Had you followed before, Principe? Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to transmute. I'm going to use both land drops to transmute. And I'm going to play another Scout. Bouncing this, of course. So we're going to play Scout, and then we're going to transmute for Summoner's Pact. However, I still have enough mana to end step once upon a time, which is pretty cool. So I'm certainly in the business of doing that. Gavony Township. Yeah, my opponent seems to be playing the deck from 2012? Maybe 2012, 2013? I'm taking these two from the Thalia if my opponent attacks, by the way. So it's probably correct for them too. They do know that they're in trouble. So I think it might have been correct for them to attack with the Thalia there. Good to know. Once upon a time is going to resolve. Alright. They're probably holding up Path to Exile, which is going to cost them 2 mana. So as you can see, because of like Thalia is doing more harm than good for my opponent, which is yet another reason for them to attack with the Thalia, because like they kind of actively want the Thalia to die. And here, because we already have another Titan already set up and ready to go, we can just confidently go for the haste line, which is pretty nice. Green White Value Town? No, this is not Value Town. This is Green White Hatebears. Gonna haste Prime Time. We might be taking a path here. That's perfectly fine if you ask me. Just gonna play Garrison. I'm gonna bounce the Stronghold so I can protect it. Yeah, There it is. Yeah, so you see that the Thalia really hurting my opponent right there. They took a pretty big tempo hit. Basically, they spent one turn and they didn't attack. And then... Should I play around Mind Sensor? I think I'm gonna. I mean, it's basically free, right? So I'm just gonna play around Mind Sensor, basically because it's just free. Because I can very easily pay for my pact on my upkeep. And I still have a balance plus Amulet in hand, so... Yeah. But no, this is definitely not Value Town. This is Hatebears, so they play Thalia, they play... they play Leonin Arbiter, stuff like that. Yeah, opponent finally realized that Thalia is just hurting them more than it's helping them, and they finally decide to attack there. Yeah. So we're not worried about nothing, really. They know I have a prime time in hand, and they can't really do anything about it. Yeah, it's been a long time since a deck like this has been good. A really long time. Also, my opponent is glacially slow. Why are they playing so slowly? Blade Splicer, you got it. And you see why I didn't trade with Thalia, right? Like, now I know for a fact that my Titan is good to go. Because my opponent was not developing their board, and also they were not attacking me, right? So 1, 2, 3. This game is over. I don't know why my opponent hasn't conceded yet. Mitchell, thank you for the subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. Nice. Back to normal level. No more drive shenanigans. No. I mean, I'm just trying things out. Trying stuff out to see if you throw. Isn't there a saying like throw enough stuff to the wall and see what sticks or something like that? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm throwing stuff to the wall. Stacked my triggers wrong. Doesn't matter. I'm playing no bouncy divorce cards anyway. My opponent concedes. They have seen enough. All right. We want this. We want these. Raminav, Sage, Trackers, Bailoff. Get this out. Get this out. Get this out. And we want Scouts. We don't want Explore because of the Thalia taxes and stuff. Well, Scout is just amazing. And everything else looks good. We could take out Amulet, since this matchup is going to be mostly pretty grindy. We don't really care about speed. But yeah, this is the kind of matchup that really shows the difference between an experienced Amulet player and a not so experienced Amulet player. Trust me, because I have been the not so experienced Amulet player myself, so I can tell you that I have lost my fair share of matches to this deck. So Opponent goes to 6. So yeah, so this hand actually looks excellent. If we do find an untap source, then we're going to be in an incredible spot. If we don't find an untap source, we're still in an incredible spot. Turn 1 Vial is good for my opponent for sure. That's amazing. So now we can name Scout. We can play Stacy. Now we can Amulet second Vial. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good here. So I'm going to actually play Castle. Yeah, I'm going to play Castle. I'm going to play Tracker right now. Because it's probably going to force my opponent into doing silly stuff, like pathing my Tracker, which is going to be great for me. And because if they path my Tracker, that means that they don't answer my Amulet, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 mana short away from Titan next turn. But I can double transmute if I want. Oh no, I can single transmute only. That's fine. Alright, so now I guess they can answer my Amulet and answer my Tracker if they have Path plus Knight of Autumn and a land. So that would be all 3 other cards in hand. Come on, OP, let's play a little bit quicker. Can we please play a little bit quicker here? Winds of Abandon, my Tireless Tracker. Yeah, so this is what I was saying earlier. Alright, so 1, 2. Start here. And let's just mute. See what my opponent does. Nothing. Let's Saboteur's Pact and see what my opponent does. Nothing. Let's cast Primeval Titan and see what my opponent does. One more lands in play, so that's why I do this. Let's resolve my trigger. Let's see what my opponent does. So probably at this point it's safe to assume that my opponent does not have Leonin Arbiter. I'm gonna go ahead and call no Leonin Arbiters over there. I'm calling it. Certainly don't want to die to Damping Sphere. So let's make sure we don't die to Damping Sphere. We do have already another T-West in hand, which is nice, so we can just do Field and Breeding Pool. Sure, this seems strong. Another Noble Hierarch. And you see that is why I think this matchup is like it's so good for us, right? Like my opponent has I played a tracker and my opponent was forced to use the Wind of Abandon on it because they were just losing to this Tireless Tracker, right? they just couldn't beat the tireless tracker, so they killed the tracker, gave me a land, and then I resolved a Primeval Titan on the immediate next turn. So you can see why I think that this matchup is pretty good for us. There's a lot of their deck is just kind of tricky to play against, though. In terms of the Leonin Arbiter, the Thalia, Flicker Wisp, all of those cards, they have a lot of text, and a lot of that text is relevant against us. But if you are aware of all of the text of all of those cards, then you can probably navigate, and you have enough time to navigate in such a way that is going to allow you to overcome whatever it is that your opponent's doing there. This hand is actually super close. I think I'm actually going to ship it. It looks really, really tempting with the castle and the cavern and everything. But I think it's actually a trap. We're missing lands and we're also missing Titans, so that's too many pieces. I like this hand, though. This is definitely a keep, and I think I'm going to bottom the Field of the Dead. Looking for a bounce land and or a prime time. Ugh. I think I'm actually forced to take the bounce here, which kind of hurts a little bit. It's going to be fine, though. Terror 2. Caleb with the raid with a party of 65. Welcome everybody from Caleb's stream. We're playing some Amulet. We're currently 2-0. I already did 1 hour and a half video talking about sideboarding for Amulet with not sideboarding, sorry, my bad. Mulligan in for Amulet, which if you're interested, you're going to be able to catch on my YouTube later. But yeah, we're having some fun playing some Amulet currently. This is game 1 against John. How did your stream go, Caleb? Kicking people's asses with Storm? Seems like it's a good time to be playing Storm right now. So my opponent's probably gonna use this turn to put on a clock, or God forbid, a Bob. Bob would actually be pretty rough for us right here. Goif is potentially much more beatable. Pretty heads up of my opponent to go ahead and take the Azusa with the Inquisition. Like the second once upon a time looked very tempting, but it was certainly correct for them to go for the Azusa. Hey yo. So if I play Simic Growth, trying to figure out what happens if my opponent plays Liliana here. Play Simic Growth, bounce this, transmit for another bounce land. Yeah, that's the best line, right? Just not even show the Azusa. So if my opponent does have... I guess they could have Assassin's Trophy. They do have Assassin's Trophy. And they're going after my T-West. So I float mana. I get snow-covered land. That's 1, 2, 3. So now I get to Titan this turn. I think my opponent just outplayed themselves a little bit there. Of course, like we needed to get lucky and we needed to draw exactly like all this stuff, but like they knew about the Urza. They don't know about the Ghost Quarter and the Titan. This was a pretty good turn of events for us. If they had destroyed the Amulet or they had destroyed the semi-growth chamber, we would have been in a much tougher spot. But I guess there was no way, unless my opponent was ghosting, there was kind of no way for them to know that, right? So take out all the scouts because my opponent's playing Renantics. Was Sonic Edge good against Select against the mirror? I mean, you see me bringing it in right now, right? It's randomly good in some matchups where it might randomly be good. As easy as that. It includes John, the blue-white control. Obviously, it's great against Tron. It actually has a fair amount of matchups where it's good against. Haven't had much time to watch your YouTube videos. Has any of the newer builds of Titan impressed at all? I have not been having good results with the Valakut versions of the deck. All my good results so far have been with a version like this. But that's probably just me being a little bit unlucky more than anything else. Because like those Dryad versions actually do look pretty solid, honestly. Why is it good against Tron over just Ghost Quarter? I mean, it's Ghost Quarter is maybe better against Tron, but like Ghost Quarter is unplayable against Valakut, right? And this deck, like Tech Edge is actively very good against Valakut. Also, if you're playing against Tron, like if you're naturally drawing Ghost Quarter and you're just like basically strip mining yourself to prevent your opponent from getting Tron, you're probably not very likely to win that game anyway. So Ghost Quarter and Tech Edge are just cards that you can get off the Titan, and if they are cards that you can get off the Titan, then after you have resolved the first Titan trigger where you get Ghost Quarter, you can get Tech Edge, and at that point your opponent, unless they are like level Galaxy Brain and they fail to find with Ghost Quarter, they're gonna have 4 lands in play if they wanna redo Tron, right? So at that point, like Tech Edge is just better than Ghost Quarter anyway, because it doesn't give your opponent another basic. Let's do this. I feel like there's a much higher incentive to. I think I'm gonna keep this hand against a discard heavy deck. There's a much higher incentive right now to shave pacts against John because of the omnipresence of Ashiok, which is very, very, very annoying. I do I let them take the Once Upon a Time with this hand? I think I just have to, right? So they're probably taking the Once Upon here, and we need to naturally draw into a green source. But that means that I have like a lot of interaction, and I have an Amulet that's live. Also, it gives my opponent less information. No green, no competition. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like even if I find a bounce and my opponent's playing Fulminator Mages in their deck, right? So like even if I find a bounce and of this Once Upon, it's not guaranteed to be very good either. So that's why I don't think that I should value Once Upon a Time so highly. If I find a castle, that's a different story, obviously, but I mean, I guess it's still the same story, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it harder, it's just the same story. Like I'm going to have to get lucky with this hand anyway. I mean, that's what I'm set up to do. I'm set up to delay the game for as long as possible. You see? You see? Mind games. Just plain mind games with my opponent. Our company had a Kobe Memorial meeting. Wait, what? Kobe Memorial meeting? That's crazy. Ren and Ticks. It's pretty good for them on this board right here. It's a sports company, so it makes sense. Okay, fair enough. Well, this is a close one. I think... So do I want to play around Fulminator, or do I want to play around Liliana? Because I cannot play around both. If I play around Fulminator, getting Bujugibok here is the best option, because it allows me to clear the Ren. If I want to play around Liliana, obviously having access to Bailoff is just way better for me. I think I play around Liliana. It's more likely for my opponent to have Lily than Fulminator. Oh man, this is hard. Yeah, I think that's correct, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So if my opponent has Fulminator here, I'm basically just kind of giving up the game right now, but it's fine. It's a sport competition, makes sense, yep. Hey Colby, how's it going? We kind of just lose here if my opponent has Fulminator, unfortunately for us. C'est la vie. And there it is. And there it is. I mean, it was a choice, right? Like, if my opponent had Liliana, then I would have gotten got by Liliana super hard. So it's kind of like plus or nothing. Why wouldn't they fetch? Wait, what's his name? That doesn't make sense. that's that's yeah. Yeah, I think we're done here. Oh, the classic. Oh, the classic. The classic. Well, but Liliana is kind of a hate piece, right? Liliana is actually it's actively very good against us. Thoughtseize. Please pick this one. This one, opponent. Pick this one. Oh no. Now we can't win anymore. Unlike the times when no one was taking against Titan. I mean, it's not like this Ashiok's winning the game, right? It was this guy that won the game. So, to an extent, it's kind of whatever, right? they have K command get back full me, that would be very good. Why? Just why? I'm tired of saying that though, so I'm just not gonna say it anymore. If people don't want to watch my videos where I literally tell them that this is minus EV for them, but sure, whatever. Unfortunately, I think I just have to kill this Bloodbraid. It's just beating me down a little bit too hard. I hope the Ashes scroll down wins us the game. Explore. Play Amulet. So I'm not playing a wrong K command here. I don't think it's worth it. So I have to, if I draw a green bounce land, I can actually Titan next turn if I get a little bit lucky. So I think that casting Amulet is just correct. Wait, why is it negative EV? Because every time that you minus Ashiok, you are you're exiling 4 cards, which might be one of my one-offs, or it might not be one of my one-offs. It's irrelevant. You are exiling cards, and in the case of John, it's even worse, right? Because my opponent is making their goifs even smaller. So in the case of John, it's even worse. Like it's even more of a blasphemy for them to do that. But it is making my opponent's Ashiok more likely to be killed, especially when my opponent knows that I have a Baloth in my hand, right? The difference between 5 and 4, it's huge when they know that I have a Baloth in my hand, right? So the only situation in which Ashiok is actually good, and it's correct to minus Ashiok, it's specifically if you if I have a Ramming App in play going on. That's literally the only way when it's correct. Anything I want to change? Not really. Yeah, just run it back. I hope they make you this card. Nah, my opponent, barring the Ashiok, they have been playing well. I guess that game 1 was kind of a. They didn't play around me having the perfect cards, I guess. But it was. But they played fine. Like their idea was made a lot of sense, right? Like my opponent just. How would they know that I literally top decked the perfect card, which was the actual Titan? So naturally drawing the Baloth seems good. Definitely going to be Amuleting on 1. This hand's pretty solid. Missed the other games. What did you miss? Yeah, we played against Green White Hatebears, which was interesting to see that deck after I don't know a really long time of not seeing. And then we played against what was the first match? I totally forgot what the first match was against. In any case, we're playing against John right now. This is game 3. And we just got Ashioked. Tarmogoyf. I think I just put a dump 4 into play, right? I think I just put a dump 4 into play. That's 1, 2, 3. That's Azusa mana. I then play this and play Vesuva, copying Simic Growth, and I bounce the Simic Growth. I definitely want to have the Vesuva in play. Yeah, this is good. I want to have the Vesuva in play because if my opponent, if they do have a Fulminator, they can Fulminate the Vesuva if they want. But I still have access to a bounce land. And this maximizes the amount of mana that I have in play, which is also nice. Thoughtseize. Joke's on you, I got nothing. My opponent is probably not going to be happy about this. that's some pretty good draws. Oops. I don't think going for haste really does anything for us. And I guess I can trade with this Goif. So I think I'm gonna. Actually, I don't trade with this Goif. My bad. I made a mistake. I sequenced poorly. I should have sequenced better. Yeah, I sequenced quite poorly there. If I had bogged first, I would have been able to attack. But now I don't. I can't. Because if my opponent fetches like a land and they fail to push my Yasusa, if they fail to push my Yasusa, then I'm actually in trouble. Because they grow the Goif past, if they grow into a 4/5, they can block my Veloth. So this is probably going to be Assassin's Trophy, I want to say. Probably killing the Titan, yeah. That's good. Big Goif. Just Credit came off without black, that's not going to work. They play at least 2 basic swamps. So no. In fact, I want this Ghost Quarter in play because it's going to help me enable field sooner. What is the answer to Ashiok in the deck? Good question. Beast Within. Bloodbraid into Goif. So that should be GG's, I think. Because now my opponent stepped out. That is a greedy attack, opponent. That is very greedy. Start by bogging myself, play around Surgical Extraction. So if my opponent has it, they have to use it right now. They don't have it, cool. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is enough mana. Looks like GG's to me. I can even clear my opponent's yard here to make the goif small. I guess it's better for me to double strike, actually. So let's do that. Sure, I don't have solid. So this is 18. So this is 16 plus 4 plus 1. So my opponent blocks here, here, and here. And they still take 12, 13 exactly. Yeah, we're good here. As soon as I get in there. Oh, I sided out. Whoops. That's right. I'm on the plan of siding out. Siding out Sunhome. Whoops. We're probably fine. Thalia Tyrell, thank you for that. Thank you for that subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold with a tier 1 sub. Thank you for the 4 months of continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Playing around Discus Spell, obviously. I'm still not sure how my opponent wins this. Blood Moon, I guess? Because we beat Damping Sphere. Yeah, the only thing that we don't beat is Blood Moon. Sure. Maelstrom Pulse on my zombies? No, just Concession. Cool. No, because I died in my upkeep, right? I packed it, so... So no, Blood Moon would have actually won the game. Neo Cancer, brutal. Yeah, I wasn't playing it for. I was not playing around it. I don't think it was worth it because like they're so likely to not be playing it, and we already had Damping Sphere covered because of the castle, so no need to worry about that. Which is the answer of Blood Moon in the deck: Beast Within's, Reclamation Sage, Force of Vigor. Continue Explosives if you manage to get it to 3. I pray for no Neoform and Mill. That would be nice. Panda Skater, thank you for the follow. It would be nice to play around opponents that don't take like a million years to play. Are you liking Explore more than Dryads, or you just got to stream? I realize you're probably destined still. Exactly. If people are playing Mill, at least they deserve their good matchups. I guess that's a way to put it. Sure, we can keep this one. We're gonna try to find Soulscar Mage. Ugh. Immediately punished. Yeah, I guess I'd rather play a non-painful land here. Not feeling good about my chances, though. Burst Lightning. Okay, they used a real card for that. That's a little bit of a win. Just a little bit of a win, not too much of a win. Stage has been lit up. All right. I think I kind of have to once upon here to try to find an Azusa. Feels like me winning this game certainly involves finding an Azusa. Only one Prowess creature at least, but double light up is going to be rough. My bad, triple light up. Jeez. And Reveler next turn. Shoo. All right. Azusa. No. Not the one that dies. All right, let's think. Let's think. How will we win this game? It probably involves me drawing an Amulet. Because naturally drawing the Azusa didn't work out. Play land, Dart Scout. Because I can Azusa and Scout here, but it's going to cost me 2 life. So I'm going to go down to 11, and then I'm going to need to pay for a pack to my next upkeep. That doesn't sound like a great deal, does it? So they are gonna dart my Scout though, and next turn they're gonna be attacking with 2. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I need to top deck exactly Amulet. If I top deck exactly Amulet, we have a shot. Alright? So I'm going to play to my outs, which are to top deck exactly Amulet. And the only way to make that work is I play Castle. If I top deck Amulet, I can play Amulet, then play Bounce Land, pack for Azusa, play Titan next turn. Yeah, so this is the obvious play. And maybe Titan helps me stabilize. Not guaranteed. I mean, honestly, it's not guaranteed that I get another turn to begin with. And I can't even gain life off this Titan. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Reveler here. Alright, that's one crush to the down at least. That's good. Alright. Give me that Amulet. Not it. Certainly not it. Alright. Can go up to 9. Lightning Bolt kills me. So as long as my opponent doesn't have a Lightning Bolt and they cycle twice and they don't fight a Lightning Bolt, I'm gonna be fine. Oh no, that's right, Lava Dart. Oh, damn it. Alright, we died. Brutal. Wow. So many things that could have gone right for us. Even if we had been on the play, I think we actually had a reasonable shot there. But oh well. No, I don't think so. Yeah. I'm trying to convince myself to keep this hand, but I think I should just ship it. If I find any untapped land here, explore on 2, Bailoff on 3. So I can get lucky with this hand, but I think we need to do better. Yeesh. Not a 5. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, this is the plan. This is the plan. What is my biggest success in paper challenges so far? Yeah, I guess that it would be like Austin and Vegas. I guess Vegas was a bigger success than Austin because it was like everything was just worse about Vegas. Wow. And I was like much more proud about Vegas because it was nice that we tuned the deck to make it the best possible against the expected meta. It was pretty cool, and I actually ended up with a very positive record against Hogak, which was also cool. Yeah, I mean this is what could have gone wrong about this hand, obviously, right? I think I play out 1 Amulet because if I draw a green bounce land, I can win from here. So playing out just 1 green bounce land seems legit. But just the 1, I can't play a second one, really. Alright, give me that 1 bounce land, deck. Give me that 1 bounce land. 1 bounce land. Come on. Come on. God damn it. Still in the same spot. Opponent is drawing really bad. Yeah, that is helping us for sure. This matchup is very poor, in my opinion. Yeah, Stimkin is brutal. I think I might just have to... I have 1 draw step to find the bounce land, right? So I can't really gain 4 there. Bounce land? That's brutal. Is there anything I can do? Not really, right? So my opponent somehow does not have any red cards in their hand. So if my opponent hand is land, and they cycle into a land, we're fine. There's a land. that's yeah, that one's not a land. That one is not a land. Alright. Dead. Move to 5, and again, our hand had a plan. Plan did not come together. It happens. Feels bad, but it happens. Copy Islet draw? No, because that just leaves me dead on board, right? Because like even if I draw land, I can't play it. So I have to, at that point, the only out is for my opponent to just like have all blanks, and for me to be able to kill the 1 drop. What is the answer? I feel like that has been like the constant question that you've asked today, Man of Mystery. I mean, you just saw the card the cards that I played, right? If you want to have a card that really targets the mono red deck, Baloth is pretty good. Another you can play another Radiant Fountain in the sideboard, and you can play like Path to Exile and Celestial Purge if you're splashing white. Arboreal Grazer also pretty solid against him in the matchup. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Do we keep this? This is a very weird hand. If one of these were an untap source, I think I would keep, but otherwise I think I have to ship it. We can do better in 6. See? You don't have to mulligan. You get to mulligan. So that's another breeding pool. So that doesn't matter. What is the ideal to hit here? Any untapped green source, so I can play Scout on 1 without taking 2. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I just want untapped sources. I guess I do have untapped sources, so maybe I want Sanctuary. Will I want Sanctuary? So I'm going to turn 1 Breeding Pool, Scout, turn 2 Ghost Chamber, I guess bounce Castle. And then, yeah, I actually need an untap source. So let's get Ghost Squatter, I guess. Because getting Ghost Squatter makes field better if we're playing against a grindy deck. Oh, we might be playing against Tron, I guess. Now we do have access to a turn 3 Titan here. Because this card is great. Sea Chrome Coast. Okay. Wonder what the hell this means. Spirits? Ad Nos. It has to mean Ad Nauseam, right? Sea Chrome Coast. Well, I guess we might be gotten by a mana leak or something like that here, but I'm going to assume that my opponent is some kind of spirits deck or whatever. If they have mana leak here, remand. Yeah, I have no idea what my opponent's up to. Like, I have literally no idea. They're playing some kind of brew. Yeah, so it's definitely not. I mean, my opponent just remanded my prime time, right? So. Alright. We are in Tulare West field, I guess? You can start going wider. I don't know what this is. They might be playing some Oracle kind of deck. Or just like straight up Adnos. If it is straight up Adnos, then we're definitely doing this here, and I'm just gonna get Pact of Negation. It's not bad. That maximizes the damage output. Actually, I'm thinking that I might want to double go squatter my opponent here. Just take them off of black mana in case they are actually playing Ad Nauseam. Okay, on a 4. Copying Simic Growth. Let's make more zombies for value. Susa. Second land drop. Third land drop. Whatever. Last land drop. Copy Ghost Squatter. But then I'm ramping them towards Ad Nauseam. I think it's worth it. They're playing the Black Source? What? How are they playing a basic swamp? Huh. Alright. Variation and life. My opponent tapped all the white mana and they already played their land for turn. So I... Oh no, darkness. Oh no, we're still fine. Yeah, and life actually doesn't do anything. And life doesn't do anything because of Sun Home, right? Or we could just draw that too. Cool. That makes things even easier. But we were already taken care of, right? Because Sun Home gives this first strike, so first strike damage happens, and my opponent goes to lower than 0, and then regular damage happens, and my opponent takes lethal. They shouldn't be playing Darkness main, but you know they're playing a basic swamp, right? So like, who am I to say what my opponent could or could not be playing in their Ad Nauseam deck? Clearly, I know nothing. Some are dropping Ad Nauseam in favor of her interaction, like Remand and more cantrips. Interesting. I went against Ad Nauseam yesterday because they didn't know how to cast Lightning Storm. Yeah, that happens actually sometimes. I actually managed to do that twice against the same opponent. I made a game 1. They just discarded their entire hand, and at the end I just discarded a land, and I changed the target, and they lost. Then game 2 they just killed me, and then game 3 I did the same. They did the same. They combo me off, and they discarded everything but 1 land. So they discard everything. I let them do their thing, and then I cast the one. I discard 1 land, and my opponent discards the land, and then redirects, and then I discard another one, and they concede. It was glorious. Okay, so we have Azusa, we have Amulet. I guess that I would like a Simic here because it's a blue source. Gonna name Human first because of Azusa. My opponent did show me Remand, so they could remand my Azusa. Also, Remand with Gemstone Mine seems like there have to be better combos out there, right? Like City of Brass seems potentially even better than this. It's not like they have bounce lands to reset this Gemstone Mine, right? Seems rough. Alright, so they don't have Remand. Cast Azusa. Cast Naming Giant. And I... Should I play around my opponent removing my Amulet? Or should I play around then removing my Azusa? Huh. Because if I want to play around then removing my Amulet, then I should play Gruul Turf and Bow's Cavern of Souls. If they remove my Azusa, the other thing is true. I should play the second Cavern. I think I'm just going to play the second Cavern. Alright, so my opponent has nothing. Good for us. Play 1. Play 2. Boom. Boom. We can double Titan here. Actually, do I want to double Titan? Actually, I don't think I want to double Titan. Because I can only haste the 1, so I'm not presenting lethal. Yeah, I think I'm not going to double Titan here. Because the second Titan I can always pitch it to force on my opponent's upkeep, right? Let's do Stronghold, Gems, don't mind. They can Slaughter Pact. They don't Slaughter Pact. T-West, Simic Growth. Yeah. We have 1 land drop remaining still. Transmute. Pact of Negation. Go. I think I do this, right? I just force these on upkeep. What do you think? If they have Unlife, I guess it's still the same because my opponent is going to be super far away from casting that Nauseam anyway. So I think we just do that. This plays around silence. Yeah, that's true. It's pretty nice. Angel's Grace results. Not like I can do anything about it. I guess if they have Pact of Negation, I lose. They did know about this. They do have the Pact. Okay. So I guess we're just dead here? They just had the perfect hand. Thoughtseize is good to know about for game 3. Yeah, this definitely like denies them of 1 draw, right? Boseiju. That's a good one to know about. Ha. 4 pacts. 3 Unlives, at least. 4 Angel Graces, obviously. They do have Thoughtseize. 2 at least. Full force simians. I guess 3 simians. They did have one more. Spoils, remands. Of note, they do not have an alternate win condition. I see no Lavman, and I see none of the other guy. What's his name? The Oracle, Thassa's Oracle. Alright, this is important information for us. 2 remands. But yeah, I'm not gonna make my opponent go through it. This seems more important than Field of the Dead, I guess. Alright, let's go. Yeah, we have to do better against Nauseam. This is kind of better. Okay. Keep bottom stronghold. Blue source. I guess blue source is nice. We could also get Tolaria West here. Oh wait, actually, no. We actually do have to find the land. What I was thinking is that it's also nice to have prime time, so we don't have to pay for our pact, but we actually do need the land. So I guess Simigo's Chamber is better. Field over Radiant Fountain. No, I value the untapped land higher than the potential tokens that I can make with Field. The tokens are basically irrelevant, right? Copying Secrum codes there because it allows me to have more blue sources to pay for pact. Just don't have Thoughtseize. All right. YEE, you're literally seeing it right now. Also, we can blow this up too. Actually, now that we see this, I think I'm more interested in blowing this up than blowing these up, right? Well, now that my opponent shows me the unlife, now they probably don't really need the mana. I guess they could have the Adnos already in hand. So there's a lot of things that I just cannot play around basically here. Going back to that turn where I didn't get the Primeval Titan, now I could Summoner's Pact, blow up Fire Action and Life, and then put Explosives on 0, blow both of this up. Now I can't really do anything. I mean, I can do the same line, but now I would lose my Titan if I do that. So that way I can force them to, like, already in hand have both Angel's Grace and Ad Nauseam. The problem is that I don't think I can put the Explosives on 0 without clearing the Iron Life. But can I win the game without having a Titan? That's the question. Can I win the game without a Titan? The best way for me to not lose is to pact for Reclamation Sage and to counter this and to tag this, right? That's the best way for me to not lose. And then use Explosive to blow up my opponent's Lotus Blooms. I think I'm gonna go for that and just hope that I can find a Titan off the top. But if my opponent has everything, I am just going to lose. Like here I'm going to copy Tech Edge, and next turn I can do the Tech Edge trick if my opponent plays a land drop. But yeah, if my opponent has it, they just have it, right? I can't beat that. First one resolves. Second one resolves. And if they have it, they have it. We play on, baby. Oh, they have Vented Prism? Brutal. Do I blow this up? Is there any point in me blowing this up? Not really. Alright, so we're going to hold control, Tectonic Edge here. Still holding control, Tectonic Edge there. Double Tech Edge. I think I have to delay this guy a little bit. Nice. Nice. No, killing the Prism stops my clock, right? So I'm just saving up to destroy the Unlife. Know that I couldn't transmute here. Pact of Negation. Okay. So they're probably going to use one of their... Yeah, Angel's Grace there. Okay. Pay for Pact. Man, this game has been weird to navigate. And now what? They used one of their pacts already. We do have lethal next turn. Hey, Big Human, how's it going? Yes, I know that I can beast within my own land for lethal. I know that. But I also know that my opponent's going to have 5 mana with a knife in play. And if my opponent has another Pact of Negation, I am going to lose the game. Can I blow up in response? Yes, but if my opponent has a Pact of Negation, I die. So, if I beast within right now, this is what I'm thinking right now. Because if I blow it up right now, Pact of Negation doesn't save them. That is the whole point of why I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, here we go. Matt, right? That's correct. Great Devotion opponent from the last Modern GP. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm trying to like arrive to the best conclusion. No, if I'm blowing something up, I'm blowing up the Unlife. Blowing up the Unlife seems better than blowing up the Prison. Because my opponent will need to have land, Angel's Grace, and Nauseam. All 3 of those as like 2 of their cards in hand and their draw step, right? So if we're blowing something up, we're blowing up the Unlife. And I think I'm doing this right now to play around Pact of Negation. Remand. That's brutal. But they did use one of their Pentat Prism counters, so they are down 1 mana. So that's good. That's a win for us. And this also means that we make the same line anyway. The same line again now. My opponent is down 1 mana from last turn. And now we're actually able to set up lethal for next turn. So we attack first. They take 3 down to 3. Now we pay 3. This within this right now. And end step, we're going to beast within our own something. I want to force them to have it rather than give them the beast and buying them time. Yes, but by doing that, you are actually making it more likely for you to lose the game. That's pretty brutal. I think we won this game. No, I don't think so yet. I don't think so yet. Okay, so they're down to 3 mana only. So we attack with everything here. Opponent's gonna block with the beast. Going down to 1. Play Amulet. Pass the turn. Here we go. Oops, don't F6, don't F6. God damn it! No! No! I have 6. Oh, god damn it! No! No! Pact of Negation. Okay. God damn it. Giant. It really sucks if they drew the Pact of Negation off the top. It would really, really suck. Yeah, he can't use Bosaiju because he doesn't have so they can't use Bosaiju because let's go back. They can't use Bosaiju because they cannot pay the 2 life. And if you cannot pay the cost because you just don't have enough life, you just cannot activate the ability, right? It's the same thing with Shock Lance. If you're at 1 life, Moto is going to put the Shock Lance into play tapped, just because you can't get them otherwise. So they actually can't pay with the Bosaiju, whatever. And because of that, they actually don't have enough mana. I guess they didn't have a Semi Spirit Guide and they didn't have an Angel's Grace to pay an upkeep. All right, barring that last turn, which I did not need to give my opponent, I think that I played that game pretty well. I think. What did we lose to? We lost to Mono Red Prowess. We lost with Mono Red Prowess. We lost 2 Mono Red Prowess. And then we beat John ad Nauseam. We beat Green White Texas. And I totally forgot what the first match was against. But yeah, that was a little showcase of the deck. 80% Amulet still delivering. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious how the Rex Sage was the clock, right? The Rex Sage ended up going the distance that game. Funny. In the end, do I think this version is better than Valakut? No. I don't think I have no conclusions yet. As I've said, like 10 times today, and most of them to you, Man of Mystery. But it's good. I like that you ask questions. Sometimes you ask the same question a lot, but that's fine. Like I wouldn't I wouldn't I wouldn't be streaming if I did mind answering the same question a million times. Games like that made me wonder how good our deck would be if Azusa was a 2/2 instead. Can you imagine if Azusa could actually deliver the beats? That would be crazy. Just like if she were an actual clock. What deck was more fun to play for you? I mean, it's different, right? Because I have more fun with this one because I played it more and I know literally every single line. But I actually have fun with the other one because it's new, right? That's the whole point. So same thing with like the Elvish Reclaimer version, the Shahili version, all of those lists. The nice thing that they have, in my opinion, is the fact that they are they're just new. They're fun and they're new, and I am actually I'm finding out the patterns as I am streaming. Right? It's not like with this deck, like I know all the stuff, I know most of the decisions and all that stuff. But with those decks, I am figuring them out as I go. Just while you folks are figuring out the same thing. Would you rather have Azusa's 1/2 or 0/3? That's a good question. 1/2 is probably better than 0/3. I guess being able to block Goblin Guide, it's pretty huge. Sam Black is streaming a coaching session. I love you, but I'll look at it. Oh yeah, no, I love myself, but I'm gonna go watch Sam Black. I love Sam more. In fact, we're gonna give them a raid for sure. So thanks to you for watching, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the content. I will be back actually in a couple of weeks. I will be out of town for a couple of weeks, and Being a 2-4 is broken. I agree with that. Yeah. But yeah, I will be back with more content in a couple of weeks. Try to not miss me, and follow me on Twitter and Discord if you want to find new, if you want to see what I'm up to, because I'm not going to be streaming, but I'm probably going to be playing some like Magic in between while I'm in Argentina. So if I make like some updates and stuff like that, I will post about them for sure, or just like random stupid comments. But yep, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all the good stuff, and I will see you on a couple of weeks. Bye bye.